So now we're going to start talking about how our rocks bend and break as a response to stress. So in order to do so, we need to figure out ways that we're going to measure how our rocks are going to bend or break. So one measurement that we use is called a strike and dip measurement. So this can be a little bit confusing, so be sure to pay attention here. So let me draw a little bit of a box here. So just pretend, I'm an awful artist, but just pretend that this is a slice through the earth, right? And here on the surface, there's the surface, and this is underground. So strike is the compass direction that a bed runs in map view. That's the top, right? So strike is going to be a compass direction, whether it's north, south, east, or west. But the important thing to realize here is that strike occurs in what we call map view. That's the top, right? So this is the map view. Dip is the angle that the bed sits on the cross section. The cross section is the vertical slice through the earth. So this would be my dip angle, right? So it's important there to realize that the dip happens in cross section. So these two measurements are taken from two different parts. So you don't want to get them confused, otherwise you're going to get the wrong information. So if we were to look at this diagram here, my strike is the way that the bed is running. So my strike would be this direction here, right? My bed is running in that direction. And then dip is this physical angle. Now most of the time we're going to use a symbol to represent strike and dip, and that's this symbol right here. So let me clear some of this out here. So the strike line is the long line. So that's what's telling you which way the bed is running in map view. The little tick mark is the dip direction, so it's pointing to the direction. So if I was to put a strike and dip on this diagram on the left, I would line up my strike line parallel to the way the bed is running, so right, it's parallel there, and I put my little tick mark in the direction that the bed is dipping. Right, so you see that the bed is dipping this way, right? It's not dipping this way or any other way. It's dipping there towards the right. Now sometimes you'll see a little number there, right? That number is telling you the actual angle that the bed is dipping. So if you wanted to get really specific and go through it with a compass, right, you would definitely be able to. So the object that we use to do this measurement is called a Brunton compass. This compass has all 360 degrees on it, so that way we can be very specific in how we do this. And really what we're measuring is bearing and plunge, which is the same thing. So bearing, this is the strike, and plunge, this is the dip. So we're measuring the same thing. Those are just the compass terms. So let's take a look here at our simple, our first type of simple breakage, and that is joints and veins. Joints are simply rocks that have broken, but there's no displacement. There's no up or down or side-to-side movement. The rocks literally just break in order to relieve the stress.